Yo, 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 what up? It's your boy, Tyler's Golem here with another video. And yeah, that's right. We're doing a horizontal video for the first time in like, I don't know, 2 years. We've got a Reddit post. We're going to go over some of these Reddit spoilers. The new set that's coming out, they just announced today, called Fantastical Parade, is B2, which means it might be a bigger set than usual. However, it's only a single pack set, so you're not going to see purportedly multiple packs like you did in previous sets where you saw, like, the Gyarados Mega, and the Blaziken Mega. So you're going to see one pack, and who knows, there might be multiple crown rares in this set, right? So we don't know that for sure. We got a couple of spoilers, leaks. We're gonna go ahead and talk about all of them, or at least the ones that are on this this subreddit. So this one comes from Nerom159. It is Diantha. Heal 90 damage from one of your psychic Pokemon that has 2 or more psychic energy attached. If you healed any damage this way, discard 2 psychic energy from that Pokemon. I think this card is pretty decent. I don't like the fact that you have to discard psychic energy. But that being said, there are ways to obviously recover your psychic energy. There's Gardevoir is one of them. There's a lot of different ways that you can like bring psychic energy back. Obviously, it's not like fire energy where you can just do flame patch and stuff like that, right? Or I'm sure grass has their ways of speeding things up. But Diantha is definitely an interesting character, a good trainer. I think people are definitely going to try it out. It's not my cup of tea. I personally am probably going to play Psychic decks without it, but we'll see. And then this Mega Mawile EX is... So I don't know if this is a new spoiler. I think this is. It's got to be a new spoiler. This can't be a fake card, right? Heat Up Crunch, 60 for 1 metal, 1 colorless, so 2 energy. Until this Pokemon leaves the active spot, this Pokemon's Heat Up Crunch attack does plus 30 damage. This effect stacks. So I'm guessing what that means is that every time you attack, it's kind of like a rollout, right? Like this attack does plus 30. So I guess every turn it does 30 more the next time you attack with it. It's a little bit unclear what the exact like verbiage is, because it just says it does plus 30 damage more. It doesn't say 30 damage next time or whatever, but it does say this effect stacks. So I'm assuming that the first hit does 60, the next hit does 90, and so on and so forth. Let's go ahead and skip over. So we didn't watch the trailer, obviously. We're not going to. And then here is from Express Apartment 284, all of the cards. So this is what I wanted to talk about. Oricorio, Inspiring Dance, it's 70 HP for a fire, and then 1 fire energy. During your next turn, attacks used by your Pokemon do plus 20 damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. It's a pretty good Pokemon. It is a basic. I don't think it's like the best thing ever. Obviously, people are going to want to try it. There's better Oricorios than this one for sure. And then Vanillite is just a basic generic plus, deal 20 damage for 1 energy. Failings, I think this one's interesting. It has coordinated unit, which says if there's another one in play, basically, it does 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So it has Invade, which is another basic 20 damage for 1 fighting energy. But if you have another Failings in like the bench, I guess, then it'll deal 40 instead. And it'll take less than 20 damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. And it has 70 HP. So you're going to want to... I think if you play this, obviously you play 2 copies. You're going to want 2 copies if you do play it. It's not bad. I think that it's decent for, like, the fact that it's considering it's 40 damage for 1 energy. However, we already have that effect already with like the Ultra Beast. What's that? Kartana has that ability as a green grass type. This one requires a little bit more setup, but I think it's going to be fine if you want to play like this. And then Teal Mask Oregon EX. This one I don't quite understand too well. Soothing Wind. Each of your Pokemon that has any energy attached recovers from all special conditions and can't be affected by any special conditions. I think that's a very strong ability. It only has 130 HP, so it gets one-shotted by Arceus, Mega Altaria, things like that. But it's got Energized Leaves, which is 60 plus damage for 2 grass energy. If the amount of energy attached to both active Pokemon is, I think that's 5 or more. It could also be 3 or more. I don't know exactly what that is. Then this attack does 60 more damage. It seems decent. I mean, even for 60 damage for 2 energy, I think that's fine. Moving on, Mimikyu, I like this design a lot. It's got 120 HP. It's got Disguise, which is basically like its ability in Pokemon, the video game. When this Pokemon is first damaged by an attack after coming into play, prevent that damage. So I'm assuming that also applies to like things like if a Pokemon damages you from the bench, like Garchomp, for example, or the double step ability from Pheromosa. It has Claw Slash, which is 70 damage for 2 Psychic Energy. Again, that's a very decent attack. It's like, pretty average, I would say. But it is an EX, so keep that in mind. Ledian, 80 HP, Swift, 40 damage. This attack's damage isn't affected by weakness or by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. It is a stage 1, so you do have to evolve it. And then Pumpkaboo is another generic 20 damage for 1 Psychic Energy with 60 HP. Meloetta, at the beginning of your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, put a random Psychic Pokemon from your deck into your hand. So I think that's pretty strong, honestly. Meloetta is a legendary or a mythic or whatever in the video games. It's got Psy Shot, which is 50 damage for 2 Psychic Energy. And yeah, I mean, this is just card advantage, right? Every time your turn starts, this is in the active spot, you just get a random free Pokemon into your hand for basically no cost at all, right? So I think that's actually pretty good, considering it's not an EX, so if it gets knocked out, you only lose 1 point, and 50 damage for 2 Psychic Energy is pretty decent. That's about the return rate you get on like a Mewtwo, for example, Mewtwo EX. And then Galarian Obstagoon is 150 HP. It's a stage 2, and has Merciless Strike, which is 70 plus damage for 2 Dark Energy. If your opponent's active Pokemon has damage on it, this attack does 50 more damage. So pretty good all around. You do have to evolve it, so it does require some setup. We talked about Diantha already. Piers is interesting. You can use this card only if you have Galarian Obstagoon in play. Discard 2 random energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. So obviously, going back to Galarian Obstagoon, it's a pretty interesting design. I mean, you're going to want to use both of these in the same deck, excuse me. And Sightseer is another one that I think people are going to want copies of. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck. Put all stage 1 Pokemon you find there into your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. So stage 1 would be like the middle evolution. So we're thinking like Ivysaur, Charmeleon. I think that might be useful in like a Charmeleon deck if you want to like really... Because let's say you get like 2 Charmanders, right? And the goal of your deck is to pump out energy onto your Charizard, and get a Charizard out there and then just attack with it really quickly, right? So if you use Sightseer on your Charmander solo deck, where all you have are 2 Charmanders, you're guaranteed to do Charmander in the lead. Maybe you have a Charmander in the back. You Sightseer, next turn you can evolve both of them, get 2 deck extra energy onto your active Charmeleon, put an energy on there again, that's 3 energy. You'll basically get to Charizard in no time, dealing 250 damage if you're using the Mega. So I think that's also very interesting. Peculiar Plaza, so now we have stadium types. I don't know exactly, I have to read this. So the retreat cost of each Psychic Pokemon in play is 2 less, so both yours and your opponent's. You may play only 1 stadium card during your turn. Put it next to the active spot and discard it if another stadium comes into play. A stadium with the same name can't be played. So it's kind of like in Yu-Gi-Oh! You had, oh gosh, what do they call field cards? It's very similar to that. In Magic the Gathering, there's something similar called Worlds, which isn't really used anymore. They haven't made a Worlds card in like decades, but it's something similar to that, where you have like one kind of setting and then you can only play one at a time. All right, moving on to the next one. Mega Mawile, we talked about already. Come on. Mega Gardevoir. So 210 HP for a stage 2. Take 3 Psychic Energy from your energy zone and attach it to your Psychic Pokemon in any way you like. Oh, so interesting. So you can deal... Wow, this is actually pretty good. So for 2 energy, you deal 110 damage, which is already very good. That's already a very strong return. And then you can just distribute your Psychic Energy, 3 of them, to any other Psychic Pokemon you want. Now, keep in mind, though, that in order to use this attack, this Mega Gardevoir EX has to be in your active spot, which means if it gets knocked out, you lose the game immediately because it's a Mega, right? That being said, it's a good ability. You just have to remember that you're going to have to retreat for you to use Fantasia Force's full activation. If you want to use its maximum capabilities, then like what's the point of putting energy in your benched Pokemon if you're not going to do anything with it, right? Because you're not going to want to put energy on the Mega Gardevoir EX. It already has 2 psychic energy. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been able to attack with it. So you could potentially put an energy on it yourself just to retreat it and then maybe attack later. I don't know, but 110 energy is pretty decent for 2 psychic energy, considering that this is a Mega, and Mega Altaria is obviously better, but this is also pretty good if you're thinking about having multiple Megas in your deck. So those are all the cards. You can see some other ones here like Mousehold, Mega, Metal Code Barrier. Let me see if I can. I don't know what this does, Mousehold, but it's not a big deal. This one seems pretty generic. 70 HP for what is it, 60 plus family something. We'll look into it. We'll find out when we open the set. And I mean, that brings me to my next question. So let's just real quickly talk about Metal Code Barrier. This one basically says the metal energy this Pokemon is attached to takes less than 50 damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. And if it's attached to one of your Pokemon, discard it at the end of your opponent's turn. So it's again, metal damage reduction is a big thing in the card game, it seems. And so this is just another tool that you can use for it. It is a short-term kind of thing, but I do kind of like it. So people are asking me, I made a video yesterday, I told people, I'm not going to be spending crazy money on this game anymore. People were asking me if I'm going to be spending money on this new set. Based on what I'm looking at here, these cards are good. They don't seem like amazing or backbreaking. And even if they were like amazing and like, the next best, like Darkrai, the next Giratina, I probably am not going to buy into it. I might buy into it in the future. Just I'm not in a place right now where I feel like I need to spend money on the game. I feel pretty content with the way things are. I have a kid now, and someone said that was like I think it was Andre Hunter that said that was the ultimate crown rare, getting the kid, and it's true. Like when you have a kid, your priorities change. My philosophy, my worldview on Pokemon and spending money on gaming has changed. It doesn't mean I'm not going to spend money at all. I might still spend money here and there. I don't know if I'm going to go for every crown rare like I've been doing. And if this set is really big, then like I might just say, you know what, it's just too much work. It's too much effort. And I'll just be happy with having a full A set collection. And then, I'll come back to this game every once in a while. I'll still play I'll still make some videos. But I do want to really focus on playing the game, right? Because up until now, I've been opening up packs and just collecting like very shiny versions of cards. I want to actually play. I actually want to play the game and see if I can, be good at the game. Get to Master Ball a few times here and there, and then yeah, maybe I'll go back to opening up packs in the future. But I think right now, my focus needs to be on the kid and making sure that my family is good and healthy and strong, and we'll keep making content. Like I said, we'll see how things go. I'm not going to be spending a lot of time promoting the videos or the channel. Like I said, I made a website and I was advertising the website, and we'll see. I have that website applied for Google AdSense. We'll see if that goes through. I don't know if it's going to go through because it's been I think I did it in the beginning of the month. It usually takes like 3 to 4 weeks, so I might be hearing back from them soon. But even if that doesn't go through, it doesn't matter to me. I've mostly been interested in other stuff, other projects, and focusing on myself really, and trying to get all make my my kids pediatric appointments and all that stuff like that. All that stuff takes time, and making sure that the baby's weight is good. Like there's so many things that you have to worry about, and do and feed and change the diapers. Like all that stuff takes time and energy. And I think if you want to be a good father, you have to do what's right. You have to do what you have to, start thinking about the future. So people were asking me how much money did I spend on the game. Oof, you know what? I'll make a separate video on that because people do want to know, and I'm interested. I'm interested to know too. I can always go back and look at the receipts and find out. And yeah, I'll probably find out. I'll probably get back to y'all about that. It's got to be a lot of money, like probably over 10 grand, honestly, like way over 10 grand. but that was over the course of a year, right? That was like that was over the course of a long period of time. But yeah, no, it's been really fun, having spending good quality time with family, and I have a few weeks off right now. I probably might be streaming after I upload this video. Who knows? But that's kind of where I'm at right now. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you have any questions at all, I'm an open book. You can always ask me anything. If you want to know, if you want any shares and trades and stuff, I'm still down to trade with y'all. Even though I might honestly I might go free to play on this in this game in about a month or so. I might end up just going free to play for a bit. I'll still keep my subscription because you get some perks, like you get an extra pack, and it's only like what, $5 or $10 or something like that a month, which is like nothing. But other than that, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Do you like this set, this new Gardevoir set? Do you not like it? Leave a comment down below. Subscribe to my channel. And I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.